Hey Ravinder, I completely understand you want to get as many corrections in as you can before your exam. You've worked really hard this week and I really hope you're okay. The situation in India sounds truly terrifying. I hope your family are all safe and well. Nowadays, some argue democracy is under its biggest threat since inception. Some argue due to capital markets, the electorate has lost control. This is such a hard title. It is very, very unlikely that you would ever get something as hard as this. I think it's just to kind of see how you would cope if you did have a hard one. But this looks good. Well done for the planning. This is really helpful to do that first. Around the globe, many countries sacrifice their public security, peace and economic opportunities in order to get freedom and establish democracy. Good. Excuse me. I wouldn't say... Whoa, sorry. I wouldn't say to get freedom. We usually say to obtain freedom. Just a slightly higher level word there. However, many, and I, believe that political representatives are not practicing the principles of democracy in the best public interest, and governments are failing to satisfy. Here, just be a little bit more tentative. Often. I know it is often. But that sort of language is quite important for academic writing. Often, sometimes, frequently, rarely, all those little words are really useful. This essay will use examples from India and times to demonstrate points. Fantastic. Really strong intro. Great work. There is ample factors. Okay, you tell me what's the mistake there. Yeah, there is ample factors. There are ample factors that affect the functioning of a democratic government, and multinational markets are one of them. Every nation works in collaboration with other global powers to get financial help. Same word there. Try and avoid get. You could say obtain, yeah, again, or obtain, achieve, no, seek, maybe, which is to look for, and stabilize the economy. However, these economic markets, now watch out, don't confuse economical and economic. Economical means cheap or cheaper or saving money. Economic is economics. So these economic markets or financial markets, we would honestly say financial, try to control the internal affairs of countries for their own profit. Good. So I definitely go financial markets. Some leaders fail to maintain a transparency between international influences and citizens, which causes distrust in public. So try to maintain a transparency. Transparency is the subject of your sentence, which is why you've got a singular verb. Watch out on that one for their democracy. For the government. For instance, in 2004, the Indian government, now we have to be specific, it's the Indian government, not the British government or whatever, inflated, past tense, because you've got 2004, the price of wheat for citizens due to short supply while importing the grain from Western countries. Oh, no, you import from, you export to, but you import from at the same time to maintain business. It caused a regression. Regression? Regression would mean Indian people going backwards. Do you mean a depression, an economic depression? Or do you mean it caused deprivation, which was significant hardship? Just choice of word there, but otherwise, it's a very, very good paragraph. Another factor that has weakened or is weakening, so change your tense there. I don't really like another. It seems a bit, I would go an additional factor. Or, even better, corruption is an additional factor that is weakening democracy. Start with the strongest noun. So I do that. Corruption is. And then change it around, present perfect. Every individual strives to make money. And you need a subject. It does not matter which way they choose. Which way. It does not matter which way they choose. This is also true for politicians who work for their own profit instead of the betterment of, careful, doing so well, of common people, of, we would say the common people. or for the common good. You may have heard that one before. The root cause of this is lack of awareness in public these days, as the literal meaning of democracy is government for people. Yeah, link those two ideas. When voters do not question the actions of their leaders, it becomes very easy for corrupt politicians to make scams and get hard-earned money from taxpayers. For example, a report revealed that few Indian leaders were able to acquire property. Now, few means not very many. I'd avoid that word. Few and a few mean different things, and they're both very difficult to use correctly, so that many Indian leaders were able, or even had been able. You can go into the past perfect there, which would be lovely. I strongly believe democracy is moving towards its lowest. Whoa. Maybe go the credibility or the validity of democracy is decreasing. Something like that. External powers and leadership attitude play a crucial role. But it's more important for common individuals to become aware about their rights and collectively make an effort to be accountable. This is incredible. I feel like I'm reading a newspaper. You're so good. Yeah? Absolutely fantastic. Okay? Now, forgive me, but because I'm teaching today, I'm going to do your corrections in my breaks, because you've got a lot of them. So I'm going to send these back to you little bits at a time. I hope that's not too annoying for you, but that is the quickest way for me to get everything back to you, because I know you want to look at it before tomorrow. So this one, essay 1, coming back to you now. Okay?